We have a rare Thursday evening bout set in the USPHL Elite Florida Division, where the Florida Eels are ready to square off against the Florida Junior Blades. Good evening, and thank you for tuning into the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. This is Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play of the action from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. This game is a make-up bout that these two teams had to reschedule due to the folding of the Palm Beach Hawks organization back in October. This is the lone game of the evening. There will not be a Premier contest afterwards, but the Premier Eels will get their meeting with the Blades tomorrow evening at 6:15 here at Hertz Arena. You will be able to also catch that game right here on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. But first things first, we have a crucial elite battle here tonight. Nice crowd on hand at Hertz Arena filed in for this one, as puck drop comes in about 11 and a half minutes from now. And before we step to break, the Florida Eels junior hockey program would like to thank its sponsors: American Pool and Fountain Service, Southwest Florida Dryer Vent Cleaning, Mike Patrick Electric, Leon Small Engine Service and Repair, as well as Thomas Fanau Jr. MVP Realty Associates. For all your real estate needs, contact Thomas Fanau Jr. at MVP Realty Associates, 239-910-2869. or visit his website, TomSellsMoreSWFL.com. So fans, that will do it for the brief pregame show. When we come back from break, we will have the opening puck drop from Hertz Arena. Once again, it's the Florida Eels elite team taking on the Florida Junior Blades. We return to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network as we are now set for action after a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Before puck drop, let's give you the starters for the Florida Eels. In net, it'll be Cedric Robideau. We'll tell you about his stats in a couple of moments here. The pair of defensemen starting things out are Jamin Swiger and Trevor Voida. The three forwards, Gage Dill, Jake Court, and Nick Tigas. The Eels come into the game with an overall record of 17-6-3 this season. They are second place in the Florida Elite Division. On the other hand, the Florida Junior Blades enter the game 6-19-0 and third place in the Florida Elite. Eels moving from right to left here in the first, donning their road green uniforms, white numbers on the back, black pants, green socks, and black helmets. Blades from left to right, we'll tell you their jerseys in a moment, as here comes the puck drop and we are underway. Gage Dill will stab it straight back to the Junior Blades starting netminder Cam Lawson, and he will clear it up the left wing dasher up to the blue line for Jake Peavy. Skips it off the tape of Kugler at the halfway marker of the ice rink, and the puck will skitter its way all the way down the far side corner of the Eels' own ice. First shot of the game will come from Peyton Kugler of the Junior Blades. Left wing circle he will go, and Robideau will put the pads together for the stoppage. Now possible 2-on-1 here for the Eels, but it's broken apart as leading the charge is Nick Tigas down the right wall. Stopped at the corner where Jake Court will back him up. Now Court stops at the half wall, puts the brakes on over to Voida. Voida, near side dasher, fires one on from the left circle, but it will be sashayed aside by Peavy. Peavy from coast to coast with a shot on the right side of the blue line, and Robideau will make the cover up for the first stoppage of the hockey game. 54 seconds into regulation, and it is 0-0 here in this elite contest. Cedric Robideau, the starting netminder for the Florida Eels. This is his 11th game in net this season. He holds a starting record of 8-2-1. He has a .253 goals against average as well as a .928 save percentage. Face-off coming to his left here, won by the Junior Blades. King rifles one high and dry off of the backboards. Now wraparound coming to the near post. Zimros was trying to drive it home, but it appears that the net popped off of the moorings off to the left of Robideau. So a little bit of a saving grace there for Robideau, as the Junior Blades had an early opportunity to stash one home. And now Kotler will get into the right wing circle against Merida for the next drop of the puck. Kotler comes out victorious, but Gage Dill is there to sweep it away, make that Stewart. Stewart down to the opposing right circle, one on, and it's a close call as the disc went across the goal mouth, but it did not go in. Stewart was the lone attacker in Eels offensive ice. Now Stewart back out to center. Kotler beats him out. Now Kotler with a chance. but Sam Adelkin is there in between the rings to block the opportunity. Now cover up for Robideau, as he will not take any opportunities here. Florida Junior Blades, they are sporting the white uniforms. Dark blue numbers on the back, along with the black lettering. Additionally, they have the blue pants, white socks, and white helmets. As another drop of the disc will be won by Lopez here, but Bertzloff is there to finesse it into his possession. Now taken into the clutches of Voida to the half wall far side. Shot on, save made, and now the officials will blow the whistle. 18-18 left in the first. 0-0 is your score. Nice back and forth pace in the early stages of this one. Meanwhile, Cam Lawson, starter for the Blades in between the pipes. This is his 15th game this season out there on the rink. He has a 4-7 starting record, 442 goals against average, and an 888 save percentage. Morita taking another draw here to the near dasher, and he will come up short. Blades with yet another victory in the face-off circle. Lifted out to center ice for Halleck, but Sozio is there to pick up the fumbled biscuit. Dumps it in. Lopez will sink it back out towards the blue line from the right point, but Sozio whips it back on in, only to have a pass wrangled away by Halleck. Now Morita on the back of Halleck. He will hold on, but now he will get double teamed, as jumping in will be Sam Adelkin. Junior Blades will regroup from their own end. Taking a moment with his Halleck. Pass had too much force behind it, and that goes into the safety netting up on the near boards. That was intended for Adesano. Keep in mind the safety netting here at Hertz Arena takes a 360 all around the board, so all fans are protected with no chance of the puck flying into the stands. Nick Tigas, first one to touch up on the right circle draw, but his slap shot is caromed all the way down into his own ice. Now it's Alec Elenoff trying to go coast to coast. His opportunity will be halted by Jake Peavy down on the near side of the goal line. Now another clear here by the Junior Blades, 200 feet down the ice. Taking matters into his own hands is Cedric Robideau, flanking it up the far dasher. And now Peavy stops it, left circle. And now it's Trevor Voida batting the puck around a few times. Correction, that'll be Justice Shulkin, and that gets a couple of oohs and ahs from the fans in attendance. Now slap shot from the right side of the blue line. That one coming from Caleb Carlisle. But yet again, the net came off of the moorings there for a stop of the clock. Now 3 minutes into the hockey game, no score. Numerous members of the Florida Eels premier team have made their way out to Hertz Arena to support their elite counterparts. Also, you have some elite scratches out there. Cade Swigert, along with Dylan Shabolt and TJ Zebley, the former Florida Junior Blade himself. Now it's Kotler taking the biscuit in the Eels end zone. Off to the left side of Robideau, played at the near hash, but it'll be interfered without the center by Elenoff. Now 2-on-1 if the Eels hurry. Centering feed out in front for Caleb Carlisle there, but the pass was too far wide. Now another chance for Kotler. Wheels it over the head of Alex Quintal and eventually down to the near goal line. Eels get to clearance out to the middle of the rink. King will be there to swoop it back on in. And Tigas will start up yet another offensive drive for the Florida Eels. This time it's Jake Court fumbling it around. Gerard is there to place it right back in behind the net of Robideau. Now it's Georgie Samadelkin electing to go up to his right side, and now it's Gerard to the near hash marks yet again. Shot was not able to get on the net. Now it's Quintal racing it to center ice for Jamin Swigert. Swigert to the near half wall, but that one is swatted away by Cam Lawson. Now batted up for Alex Quintal, left side of the blue line, but once again traffic is there to finesse it away. Jake Court with once again another chance. He's surrounded by 3 Junior Blades defenders. Right circle now. Backhanded for Dill. Dill from one end to the other. Now left corner, Alex Quintal chugging around the net. And eventually up to the blue line yet again, Pavel Tomachko off to the far boards, where he will sink it back down. Anchored up the opposite end for Quintal before once again Junior Blades provide another turn away. It's rimmed up to the penalty box boards off to the far side. And the Eels get another chance to regroup once more. Eels sitting off to the right side of my broadcast position. Blades off to the left, and now Cam Lawson holds on after an opportunity from Stewart. And Alex Sanchez, the Florida Eels head coach, he came into this game with a clear message. You need to come into this game with a clear head. So much is going on. It's a busy time of the year. Florida Showcase coming up, and they have a big opponent to play here tonight. And now breakaway shot, and that one is robbed by Robideau. Kugler came charging into attacking ice, put one to the face mask of Robideau, and it deflected into the safety netting off of the backboards. Clutch move there in between the pipes to keep this one scoreless. Now 5 minutes and a half into regulation here at Hertz Arena. Holiday break just around the corner. A lot going on with these Florida Eels that they're focusing on. But these Junior Blades want to win badly as they enter the evening. More in a moment as the Junior Blades keep the opportunities rolling at the opposing goal line. Now Nick Tigas trying to swipe it away, but to no avail. Played back up top by Thompson to the right point. Give and go for Kugler. Kugler ships it down to the left end boards. And after a brief 2-on-2 scramble, it is opened up eventually to Nick Tigas. Tigas from one end to the other. Now it's Mason DeMeyer out to the middle of the rink. Pass had too much mustard behind it, and it's a giveaway for Thompson. Thompson behind his own net. Forces it out to center for Tigas. Tigas, the lone Eel on his own ice now. Slap shot from Thompson. Goes Ari there. As getting his stick up to make the deflection was Trevor Voida yet again, the former Junior Blade. Zimros, right circle, pad save made by Robideau. And now it's Marita there, able to provide some insurance and relief for the Florida Eels. Now the opposing near circle, down to the corner. Marita takes a blow from Zimros. And now it's Sam Adelkin slotting one, left circle for Quintal. Quintal not able to get there in time, beating him out in the foot races. Gerard. Now Kotler. Side-to-side pass over to Zimros. Zimros plays it left half wall. Now high slot, slap shot made, but nothing comes out of it. It was Wasserberg there with the opportunity. Robideau squeezes the pads together yet again, with the shots on goal department reading 7-4 in the favor of the Junior Blades. Middle of the rink for Thompson. Thompson sauces it up as the Junior Blades will get some fresh bodies out there on the rink. Meanwhile, it's Quintal rescuing this puck. Slots it out to center. Pinkerton has it slide right to him. And now it's Wasserberg yet again, taking a 360 at his own blue line. Pass goes incomplete. Off to his right was Mora. And an icing was delivered against the Junior Blades there. As we mentioned moments ago, Junior Blades, they need a win here tonight as they enter the evening on a 3-game losing streak. Not to mention the Eels lead the Junior Blades 2-0 in the season series. So this will not be an easy game for the Eels by any means. 12-11 left in the first, 0-0 score between the Elite Eels and the Florida Junior Blades. Now it's Quintal taking the center ice face-off here, and once again it's whistled down. Some of the fans wanting to know what that stoppage was all about. But nonetheless, both teams will take advantage. 2-on-2 off of the Junior Blades. Only a one-man change for the Eels, and there was a penalty there, actually, going up against Alec Elenoff. So Junior Blades heading to the 5-on-4. That's the first violation of the evening for either one of these teams. Now it's Peavy from the high slot taking a slapper, which is finessed aside, and now it's Court coming in with a breakaway one-on-one shot and a save to once again keep us with no score. It was a tripping call coming up against Alec Elenoff, and he is frustrated, slamming his stick in the penalty box. One-touch pass taken by Ian Frizz. Frizz will dump it down the rink. Court is there trying to get yet another chance coming his way, but Kugler's there to break it apart. Now it's Peavy swerving his way on in right circle. Coming into the blue paint. Deke to the left side, and he couldn't get it on net. Now it's Gage Dill getting the 200-foot clearance down to Lawson. Sets up Zimross. Zimross right end of the blue line. Rink-wide feed to Thompson. Now Thompson cruises in up the gut. Thompson with a shot, but getting the right foot in there was Tigges. Tigges wheels it up to the far point. Adesano gets interfered with there by Georgie Samadulkin, and they will continue to go back and forth at it before the Eels kick it back out to center. Now it's Gage Dill with another breakaway, and he's held up. That's a penalty, and Dill gets yanked down in the right corner. Dangerous hit as Dill crashed into the boards face first. But for the next 39 seconds, we'll have 4-on-4 hockey. Well, Adesano as well as Michael Zimross, they came in on Dill. And now this is a trip against Zimross as the call is made. Well, those two came in, sandwiched Dill. Zimross tripped Dill up, but then Dill went face first into the right corner. Physical play in the early stages of this one. Now Kotler with a breakaway, and that hits the pipe. Back and forth we go. And Robideau was certainly beat out on that one, but the iron comes up as his best friend. Now, left corner. Eels end zone with Voida hogging it up at the left point. Junior Blades relieve at the center for Gerard. Voida cuts it through out to the middle of the rink once more. Now we see the Florida Eels head to the power play, their first one of the evening, as Alec Elenoff heads out of the box. He'll go straight to the benches. Jamin Swigert now a fresh body out there for the Eels. Once again, no score. Now 10 minutes to go in the first as we reach the halfway marker of this opening portion. Now it's Merida strutting his way on in, showing some impressive stick work down the left boards. Rebounder up the gut by Jamin Swigert, but it's a wrist shot which hits off the backboards. Now Merida heading off. Incomplete pass was heading his way, but to no avail. Icing is negated. Now it's Gage Dill playing it to the left hash marks. Gage Dill stops at the half wall. Center of the blue line for Court. Court slides right circle for Sam Elkin, and his slap shot goes wide off to the left side of Lawson. Gage Dill playing it down near corner once more. At the goal line he has Stewart, but it's yanked up top instead for Court. Court trying to battle his way past Kugler 22 seconds ago. On the Florida Eels power play, slap shot by Tigges, and that goes straight to the left-hand glove of Cam Lawson, the Junior Blades goaltender. Head coach of the Florida Junior Blades is Todd Pocock. He is in his fourth season as the head coach of the Junior Blades, and he led the organization to the 2016-17 USP3 National Championship in his first season. He was also named the USP3 Coach of the Year during that same time, so he certainly has some impressive accolades. As here's Court winning the right circle draw, charges in towards the blue paint, but it's kicked aside by Lawson yet again. Now Frizz freezing it over to Dill. Dill, the team captain, centers it up for the Tomachko, but a miscommunication will result in an interception onto the tape of Halleck. Halleck off to the left side of Robideau. Wrist shot comes on, but it's swiped over for Jamin Swigert. Swigert scoops up the unattended biscuit to half wall. Tap forward for Court, incomplete yet again. Icing it waved off. Now Jamin Swigert in a little bit of a 2-on-2 battle behind Lawson. Right circle shot save. Rebound from the post. And Lawson once again provides robbery with a golden chance coming from Alec Elenoff. 8:20 to go in the first, 0-0. Back and forth, up and down we go here at Hertz Arena. Merida, Stewart, and DeMeyer coming out on the line change. Dill, Court, and Elenoff heading off. Now far circle. Eels win the draw yet again as we go back to 5-on-5. And right as we say that, opportunity for the Blades. Off to the right dasher. And wraparound on the way. Save made. And another penalty is coming up. This time it's against the Eels. It's an interference call. And this appears to be going up against Mason DeMeyer. And that is the verdict. Once again, pretty evened up action here throughout the course of period number 1. 10-9 shots on goal. And the advantage of the Junior Blades. Near side dasher, this puck will be dropped. Stewart pops it up, make that Bertzloff. Now half wall there for Sam Adelkin, shuffles it down the remainder of the ice. Lawson will set up Thompson off to the left goal line. Now trotted out to the middle of the rink for Kugler. Kugler down to the near goal line, puts it up top for Peavy yet again. Peavy with the give and go to Kugler, and they will play it back and forth to each other. Now Kugler wrapping his way around the cage of Robideau. Left point for Zimros, now to the circle, wrist shot on, and Peavy with a nice shot, but an even better save is put on by Robideau. Eels keep the changes coming. And a nice crowd is on hand here, especially for a Thursday evening contest. When these two teams get together, usually we see some fantastic crowds, whether the game is taking place right here at Hertz Arena or at the Fort Myers Stadium in downtown Fort Myers. Yet again, these two teams play just about 25 miles away from each other when it comes to the home ice rinks. This is slotted up to the half boards, far side. Now it's Gage Dill. Court slowly but surely making his way right circle. Back over to Dill behind the cage. Dill misplays it off the skate. Now it's Kugler charging back around. Right circle. Swats one off a defender. Shot and a goal. It's Adesano lighting the lamp on the power play as the Junior Blades lead 1-0. 6:49 to go in the first. It was a very simple goal. Shot came right in between the rings at the high slot, and it beat out Robideau under the left arm and in, as the Junior Blades will get the scoreboard working. And with the amount of chances that the Junior Blades have had in the past couple of moments, you figured it was only a matter of time before they eventually had something come their way. Cahoon scores the assist as the public address announcement is made. And now Court shreds it to the opposing blue line where the Eels will be called offside. So certainly not the start that the Florida Eels were expecting here. When these two teams come together, we know they're usually close ones. But the scores thus far in the season series between the Eels and Junior Blades, 4-1 and 9-5, both in the favor of the Florida Eels. So the Junior Blades, for the first time of the season, they're looking to beat out the Eels, their crosstown arch rivals, right here on home ice. So let's see if they can hold on. It's Kotler swerving in from the midpoint. Absolute dart of an opportunity is gloved up by Robideau on the left hand. Wholesale change coming out for the Junior Blades. Meanwhile, the Florida Eels, they will stay with their current players out on the rink. One thing Alex Sanchez about this game is that we'll get to see a little bit more of Jonah Berriger in this hockey game. He's a player who hasn't seen nearly as much action as he usually does. But once again, Sanchez says we'll see a little bit more of him. With once again Zebley and Shabolt being sidelined here in this contest. Now it's Nick Tigas stuck back in his own zone. Tried to knife it ahead for Merida, but jumping in the way of his Pinkerton. That leads to a four-man scramble down on the right corner. Pinkerton rises it high up. Another laser of an opportunity taken off the chest of DeMeyer. DeMeyer out to center, and he gets it fumbled away. Shot from the right circle. And once again, Robideau is there for the blow of the whistle as Du Micheli tried to go over the left shoulder and in there, but to no avail. We've now reached the final 5 minutes of period number 1. Junior Blades lead 1-0, with Adesano scoring just moments ago. Now near circle draw. Eels win it. They'll rim it up to the far dasher. And now it's Court having a pass skipped over his tape. Lopez is there to take advantage. Eels get the rebounder in front. Court is there. Big jammer eventually leads up to the left point for Tomachko. Tomachko with a slap shot. Taking it off the leg is Gerard. Now rebounder by Jamin Swigert. Swigert through the wickets, but the whistle is blown. It was interesting because the goaltender Lawson had the puck wedged between his skates, but eventually it came loose just seconds after the whistle, and Jake Court was trying to drive it home. It wouldn't have counted anyway because the whistle was blown. But that just shows you how hard the Eels are trying to find the equalizer here. Gage Dill coming up short in the draw off to the left side of Lawson. Now it's Gerard having it forwarded his way down to the right corner of the Eels end zone. Now left boards for Frizz. Frizz getting contested against Adesano. Now left wing half boards for Dill. Dill tried to get it across the blue line. Gerard is a step ahead, but second time's a charm there as Jamin Swigert is able to do the honors. Now an icing is listed against the Junior Blades. 4:11 to go in the first. Once again, Eels down by 1. Fans, if you're looking for the most reputable pool service in Southwest Florida, call American Pool and Fountain Service, serving Naples, Marco, Bonita, Estero, and Fort Myers. With over 30 years of experience, they can handle any job. Call them today for a free monthly service quote, 239-537-3026. As now it's Sam Adelkin getting toe dragged away out to the middle of the rink. This could be a 3-on-2 for the Junior Blades. Shot in front by Gerard, but that will be batted out the center by Robideau off the pad. Now absolutely getting blown up in front of the Junior Blades bench was Justice Schultgen, the big man. Gerard able to lower the left shoulder in there. And that energizes his Hertz Arena crowd and the Junior Blades fan section. Junior Blades fans here in attendance sitting off to my left. Plenty of Florida Eels fans have made the crosstown trip, and they're off to my right. As we have the broadcast position at center ice. Now miscommunication has it played back for Quintal. Quintal off to his right side. It's Mason DeMeyer. Those two trade it back and forth before. Here's an opportunity for Justice Schultgen developing. Schultgen forwards it through, but Lawson tucks it through his right arm for another stop on the clock. 2:55 left until the first intermission. And you can tell the Eels are really just scrambling away feverishly, as they're usually a team who loves to draw first blood, and they do it early. Tonight that's not the case, however. Still 1-0 in the favor of the Blades. Now it's Wassenberg having it washed away by Mason DeMeyer. DeMeyer keeps it in. Now point-blank opportunity for Daniel Merida. He can't make it work out in the blue paint. Now it's Howlick. Getting outplayed by Nick Tigges. Tigges floats it back on into offensive ice before a deflection puts the puck into the stands with Garrett Ewens, the last one, touching up on it. Yet again, this is the lone game going on here tonight at Hertz Arena. No Premier game coming up after this one. But we will have Premier Eels versus Blades tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m., right here at the stadium. So just a little something to keep in mind as here's Hunter Stewart making his way back into Eels' end zone. Stewart clamps it down, left corner for King. King floats it through. Merida intercepts it, but he's not able to hold on for long. DeMeyer jumps in for some insurance, and now Junior Blades able to take a breather. It's Anthony Mora. Mora getting bodied against the near boards by Stewart at the Eels' defending right point. Stewart now circling his way around the net of Robideau, and King relays it out to center. Now it's Stewart once again with a toe drag in between the legs of Ewens, but he was not able to maintain his possession as the puck floats back to the right end boards. Now it's the Junior Blades yet again, cruising into attacking ice as we head down to the final 90 seconds of the first. Right corner for Anthony Mora. Mora tried to go coast to coast. Jamin Swigert able to get it back for the Eels, but Daniel Merida will be guilty of a cross-check to send the Junior Blades to yet another man advantage. Junior Blades 1 for 2 on the 5-on-4 thus far tonight. Pinkerton and Wasserberg heading off for a two-man line change. Now it's Peavy, first one to touch up on in the left circle. One shot on, Kugler there for a potential rebound. Crease was wide open, but the officials will blow the play dead due to a hand pass. It was a hand pass which went up against the Eels, so we'll have another draw off to the near boards of Robideau. Puck is dropped. Adesano goes off to his left for Kugler. Now tried to drop it back for Zimros. He'll charge out the center for that one. Now down to the last minute of the first. It's Peavy. Pump fake, right circle, able to beat out Jamin Swigert. Now contested up the left boards. Rink wide feed over to Zimros. And that goes all the way back down in Junior Blade's own territory. Jamin Swigert trying to pursue Zimros. And Zimros drives it back over to Kugler. Kugler to the right circle. Shot goes over the crossbar of Robideau. Now to the opposite end for Pinkerton. Pinkerton's shot gets nowhere close. His court jumped in the way of it. Now it's Zimros yet again. Holding it back in Junior Blade's own ice as they will get a moment for fresh new bodies as 13 seconds is now left until the intermission. Last second opportunity for Jamin Swigert here, but that will only get so far. Junior Blades hold it out the center. It's Kugler. Kugler looking for one last opportunity. He will not get it. And that does it for your first period of play. We're after 20 minutes of regulation. Your score, the Junior Blades 1 and the Florida Eels 0. 39 seconds still to be carried over on the Florida Eels penalty kill as we enter the second. But fans, we will step aside and come back for the puck drop of period number 2. Live from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. You are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network, where we are ready to begin the second period of action here in this elite hockey game. 1-0, the Junior Blades lead over the Florida Eels. Fans, for all your real estate needs, please contact Thomas Finau Jr. MVP Realty Associates at 239-910-2869 or visit his website tomsellsmoreswfl.com. Eels will skate from left to right here in the middle portion of play. From left to right will move the Junior Blades. Colton Adesano, the lone goal scorer in this one thus far. That came with 6:14 left in the first to get the Junior Blades on top, but the puck is dropped, and here we go. Eels will win the opening draw, and it'll be Nick Tigas taking it and immediately sorting it back into the Eels' attacking end. 30 seconds ago on a carryover penalty for the Eels. Daniel Merida still waiting it out in the box, as this is a long dump in by Adesano. No icing will be called, however, against the Blades. Now the Eels will get the clear, this time courtesy of Gage Dill. 10 seconds ago on the Junior Blades power play, their third one of the hockey game, where they are 1 for 2 thus far this evening. Now it's Kugler taking it center rink. Dill kicks it aside. Zimros is there to keep the offensive drive rolling for the Junior Blades. Now Merida heads out of the penalty box, and he will get straight onto the action. Meanwhile, another clear in by Zimros here. Zimros wrapping around the cage of Robideau. Robideau drops it back for Peavy. Now Peavy at the right point goes up blue line for King. King tries to fire one on, but the save is made. Kicked away by Robideau. Rebounder came on the far goal line by King. Now mid-rink it's Sozio. Sozio with an outstretched pass coming his way from Dill. And that is an easy one for Kotler to clear on out of there. Court starts things back on up for the Eels. Now it's intercepted by Gerard. Gerard between the rings to the high slot, but this one will be knifed away by Pavel Tomachko. Now Tomachko will fling it up to the left side of the blue line here. Eels still jammed back in their own ice. Now Kotler with an opportunity, but his shot will ring off of the backboards. Too much power behind that one. And now it's back out to the neutral zone with Sozio on the clear. Kotler gets it right back for the Blades. Now Sozio heading off in exchange for Hunter Stewart. Halleck flings one on. Tomachko bangs him up. Now a breakaway from Merida. Merida down the middle. Wrist shot on, but the save is made. Penalty on the way. This will be a slash, and it appears to be going against the Junior Blades. So although the Eels couldn't make that breakaway work to even up the score, they will have 2 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey with Halleck sitting in the sin bin. 17:46 left in the second. 1-0. The Eels trail to the Junior Blades. And the interesting thing is that Daniel Merida, he has had multiple breakaways here throughout the course of regulation, but he's not been able to make anything work. Merida will take the draw to the right circle. Stabs it down right corner, intended for Jamin Swigert, but it's a dump, and now it's Adesano with a possible breakaway. Left circle, shot on, and Robideau will punch it back up to the right wing half wall. Now behind the cage, slowing down the play is Trevor Voida. 20 seconds killed on this 5-on-4 in the favor of the Eels. Now charging through the neutral zone, it's Jamin Swigert. Swigert to the far circle. Jammed out to the blue paint for Stewart, but Adesano provides some relief. However, he can't clear it. Voida holds it in, left side of the blue line. Now Swigert to the low slot, but the pad save is produced by Lawson yet again, who's had himself one heck of a night thus far. Now jabbed in front, save, rebound. Jamin Swigert couldn't have pulled the trigger. That comes back to bite him as Lawson sits on top. We're now tied at 16 apiece in the shots on goal category. 1:09 to go in the 5-on-4. Yet again, Eels on the power play, 16:55 to go in the second, as they continue to search for the equalizer. Gage still face off to the far boards. Immediately lapped on up for Court. Midpoint, wrist shot. And that one caught the tape of Sam Adelkin. Up to the left point it goes yet again. Now it's Tigas retrieving it. Tigges waiting now on the right point. Trades it back and forth with Court, who's waiting down on the half wall to the near dasher. Clear it out the center by Kugler there. A much needed dump to kill off once again some more seconds. 38 of them to go on the Florida Eels power play. Now it's Court cruising in. Court with Shulkin and the goal! It's Justice Shulkin nodding this game up. A beauty of a feed from the left circle down to the near post, and Samudelkin banks it into the empty half of the net as Lawson couldn't make his way around in time. A power play goal makes this 1-1, 16-18 left in the middle portion. And that's a good thing to see, because coming out of the locker room in that first intermission, the Florida Eels were looking very sullen, very serious, because Florida Eels general manager Frank Scarpacci had a word with them. And after a rough first period, it probably wasn't a very pleasant exchange. But let's hope that is what will put the Eels on track here as we get back to 5-on-5. Eels, for the first time in the hockey game, they lead in the shots on goal, 17-16. Now it's Kotler swerving it outside his own left circle. DeMeyer puts the puck right off of him. Now it's King the other direction. King taking it off the skates of Pavlovich. Pavlovich with the turnover and over to Carlisle. Carlisle shipping it over to DeMeyer at the halfway marker of the rink. Backed outside for Pavlovich. Pavlovich to the penalty box boards where Gerard tried to slip it away, but to no avail. Now it's DeMeyer with Shulkin in front. DeMeyer tried to feed it to Shulkin, charging for a point blanker there, but King is able to get in the middle of it. Court and Dill both get assist on the recent goal to Shulkin, as here's Voida placing it to the near wall, center ice, and eventually down to Stewart on the left corner. Voida, middle of the blue line, puts a laser right off the face mask of Kotler there. However, he remains unfazed by it, gets it out to the middle of the ice, where it's Merida swapping it with Adam Bertzloff. Now one-touch pass gets past Voida, raising his hand in the air as Robideau, and the icing will be granted against the Junior Blades. Adam Bertzloff making his return to the Florida Eels elite team after a brief stint up at the premier level. Played a total of 3 games with them, one of them coming at the Islanders Hockey Club Showcase in Boston, Massachusetts 3 weeks ago. Eels went 3-1 during that showcase on the elite side and 4-0 on the premier team. So overall, a successful recent showcase for the Florida Eels as a whole. But now they're backed up in their own zone. Shaman Swigert able to get some relief rolling. Pinned out for Dill. Now Dill with a breakaway pass too far out there, and that ruins everything as it came off the stick of Samudelkin. Now you got a 6-man scramble down to the near corner. Now Samudelkin getting into it at the right point with Derek Prieur. Those two will go their separate ways before the Junior Blades stall back in their own ice once more. Now it's Court trying to go for a wraparound up on the near post. Couldn't make it happen. Adesano is there to take him right off the skates. Now Jamin Swigert with assistance to Court, but Court going to get the shot off point blank. Jamin Swigert yet again placing it to Dill. Dill goes down on his knees there after a hit from Adesano. And eventually Junior Blades flank it out to neutral ice on the clear. And now a blow of the whistle is made off of the hand pass. And this will bring us to the red dot. Eels looking into their own real estate. Bertzloff loses a draw to Adesano, but Merida is there to back him up. Merida racing up against the team benches, shakes off a hit from King, now in front for Bertzloff, but yet again the pass was not tape to tape. This time a chance coming from Alex Quintal, left point. And that heads straight to the breadbasket of Cameron Lawson. Eels are just having those opportunities here in the second where they're all absolutely golden, but a lot of the passes have been far off and plenty of miscommunications have played out. But they're still looking a heck of a lot better than the opening 20 minutes where they went into the first intermission trailing by 1. Now Sozio planting it up to Voida. Voida with the goal. What a beauty. Voida, center of the blue line. He was just trying to slap it deeper into the zone, but it somehow went through the 5-hole of Lawson and in to give the Eels their first lead. It's 2-1, 12:52 left in the second. Trevor Voida, it really is something to see him light the lamp on his old team. Keep in mind, he played on this Junior Blades Elite squad last season, and he made the move over to the Eels because he knew that general manager Frank Scarpacci focused on player development to get these kids into college, and that includes academic development. So he knew this was the side of town which he wanted to be on when it comes to downtown Fort Myers. Now it's Lucian Pavlovich back in attacking ice, playing it down on the near end boards, but it's slotted away. Frizz at the right point couldn't hold it in. Now it's Tigges lapping it back on through behind the cage of Lawson. Right there to place it is Zimros. Zimros up to the left point. And out the center, it will be battled away by Frizz. Now Frizz, give and go to Stewart. Stewart crosses the line onside, and he will deepen it down to the left corner. Plotted back up to the half wall, bodies flying everywhere, hit after hit, and a penalty will be assessed, and this will be going against the Junior Blades. So power play coming up yet again for the Eels. Yet again, they converted on the 5-on-4 just moments ago to tie this one up. But they have scored 2 goals here in the second. Now they have a chance to extend on that as the whistle is blown. This will be Gerard sitting down for a roughing call. And I think that was such a concern for the Florida Eels in the first period. They just couldn't remain disciplined, and as a result, they gave up a lot of foolish penalties. Right now, it seems as if that's reversed, with the Junior Blades sitting in the box more often than not. So this is huge. 11:36 left in period 2. 2-1, Eels are up. Now Dill charges it down right corner, taken back down the rink for Robideau. Robideau setting up Voida. Voida getting pursued by Gerard now behind the cage. Now it's Georgi Samadelkin. Samadelkin cruising out to the center ice line. Now it's Voida, right circle. Voida down to the corner, puts the brakes on there, throws it back up for Court. Court mid-blue line, back down left circle this time for Gage Dill. Dill back up for Court. Goes full circle over to Voida. Now Shulkin for the goal. Justice Shulkin goes point blank for his second goal of the contest. It's another 5-on-4 tally as the Eels go up by a pair. Shulkin, both of his goals looked very similar as he was able to get right up in that personal space of Cam Lawson to make it happen. That time through the wickets and in. And this Florida Eels team, they're just looking so much more different now than the first. And it's one of those situations where you have no idea what General Manager Frank Scarpacci said in the locker room during the break, but it worked for sure. Now we see the Junior Blades call a timeout with exactly 11 minutes to go in the second. 3-1. The Eels lead over the Junior Blades here in elite action. And fans, if you are looking for the most reputable pool service in Southwest Florida, call American Pool and Fountain Service, serving Naples, Marco, Bonita Springs, Estero, and Fort Myers. With over 30 years of experience, they can handle any job. Call them today for a free monthly service quote mention this ad and get 1 month free with a signed 12-month contract. Call 239-537-3026. That number again is 239-537-3026. And maybe that's all the Eels needed, was just to stay focused. It's as simple as that. First period, Eels were making some things happen here and there. But at the end of the 20 minutes, the Junior Blades just simply wanted it more. They wanted to make those big plays more. And that's where the Eels slipped up on their path. But this is an entirely different hockey game now. 3-1 Eels. And now this is a pop-up going onto the floor. The Eels benches. And that was caught right off the line drive by Ian Frizz, which gets a reaction from the fans. Frizz held his fist high up in the air with the glove. He caught that one. And immediately you saw coaches Frankie and Alex shielding themselves. They were getting out of there. Didn't want any part of that. As back to play we go. Now it's Bertzloff swinging it from one end to the other. Far end out at center ice. Now pinned up against the penalty box boards by Zimros. Zimros now gives it over for Sozio. Sozio onside for Jamin Swigert, right circle. And he tried to deliver it back over to the forward dasher, where the Junior Blades will go from square one once more. Now, right point. Pinkerton with a shot going high and dry. Puck has enough of a carom to go up to the left point this time around. A little joust for it, won by Georgi Samadelkin as he charges around the cage of Robideau. Now Robideau going for Bertzloff. Bertzloff trying to go coast for coast with Pinkerton contesting him, and Pinkerton sticks out his stick there for the block. Now back down the rink. Junior Blades getting a line change off of their clearance. No icing will be called. Adesano and Thompson, the pair of fresh bodies getting back out there on the rink, as now it's Tigges. Tigges going short over for Samadelkin. Out the center, outstretched pass yet again. But the Eels will hold on to it, courtesy of Daniel Merida. Backed it up for DeMeyer there, who had a point-blank opportunity, but once again couldn't fire it on. Now it's Peavy. Hauling it out to mid-rink for Adesano there on the cross-feeder to the near boards. Now right point for Adesano. Shot in front, looking for his second goal of the game, but he won't get it there. Robideau able to stick out the right blocker, but he couldn't hold on to freeze play. Now it's Daniel Merida swerving his way on in, breaks connection with Lopez, and he dings it off of the far post. Now Voida jumping in there as we see Jonah Berriger getting back onto the ice. As we have a nice lively environment here at Hertz Arena. This time it's Kotler between the rings. Fires one, but he can't get it home. Now Stewart gets tripped up, but no penalty will be called. Jonah Berriger slowly skating his way past Lopez. Incomplete pass, and Berriger will head back to the team benches. 4 new men getting out there for the Eels. Dill, Frizz, Court, and Tigges, as the Junior Blades will be guilty of an icing. Well, the Florida Eels, the great thing about this organization is that they work hard week in and week out, day in and day out, but there are also plenty of opportunities for team building. This past Tuesday, Eels general manager Scarpacci and the coaching staff took several players to see the Florida Panthers host the Boston Bruins at the BB&T Center in Sunrise. More on that in a moment, as here come the Junior Blades charging their way into attacking ice. Adesano heading off, Peavy heading back on. Make that Zimros. Now it's Dill. Dill getting his way past Zimros to the opposing left circle. Now Dill up to the near dash, right point, and he'll have to give it up for Lopez there due to too much pressure. A little bit of a double team there for Lopez and Zimros. Dill reunited with it, however. Down on the right corner. Court trying for the wraparound. Laps it back up midpoint for Tigas, and he wasn't able to locate it. So the disc goes all the way back in front of Robideau, where the Eels will try it once again. 7 minutes left in the second period, where the Eels are up 3-1. It's Lopez. Halfway marker of the rink. He'll clear it on in, and he will head off. King coming on. Adesano will do the same. As Adesano dances past Stewart, but not for long. Now it's Tigas. Rising one from the left circle, but puts it high over the crossbar. Now it's Zimros yet again. Outskated by Dill. Dill feeds it for Sozio. Near goal line and a goal! Jake Court goes top shelf over the right shoulder of Lawson. And the Eels have now scored 4 unanswered goals. It's 4-1. Florida Eels have absolutely exploded. Keep in mind, all 4 of their goals have came right here in the second. Sozio down on the far corner. Just put it between the circles for Court, who drove it home. 24-18, now the shots on goal department in the favor of the Eels. Well, as we mentioned moments ago, some of the Eels players were able to go to the Panthers and Bruins game, and now we have a stoppage as the 3 officials are circled around the scorer's table. So we'll update you on if anything different comes out. We can only imagine they're talking about whether the goal counted or not, but I really don't see what went wrong there. I don't see a reason why this goal would get called back. Now one of the officials comes out of that scramble to scoop up the puck at center ice. Well, anyway, that game ended up being a 5-0 victory. Panthers over the Bruins. Probably not the outcome that General Manager Frank Scarpaggi wanted. He's a Boston native and a huge Boston Bruins fan, so probably wasn't too pleased with that outcome, but nonetheless, it was a great time had by all, and now you have the officials going over and explaining something to Frank Scarpaggi, the head coach. Keep in mind you have General Manager Frank Scarpaggi and the head coach Frank E. Scarpaggi. Frank E., the son of Frank, but something interesting is going on here. The goal has been waved off now that we have an update, and there is a 5-minute major penalty up on the board against the Eels. So that appears to be the problem. Before the goal was scored by Jake Court, a penalty was committed, and it looks like a 5-minute one at that, with Sozio being the guilty party. So once again, this remains a 3-1 hockey game. Eels still on top, but nonetheless, that's still a goal you want back. And Sozio absolutely furious right now as he slams the penalty box door shut. So 6:20 left here until the second intermission. This is exactly what the Junior Blades need. Immediate clear provided by DeMeyer of the Eels, and he'll engage in a dump and chase. And the call is made as a trip according to the public address system. Now it's Thompson. Left circle, tries to snipe one through, but traffic is there. Georgie Samadelkin able to derail that one. Now it's Court with a potential breakaway, but an incomplete pass down the rink. Ewan's right on his back. Court sliding back up left point. And that time, it was Adesano able to give the Junior Blades a little sigh of relief. So once again, 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go on this major power play for the Junior Blades. This one skitters off the stick of Bertzloff, barely stays in play behind the cage of Lawson. And now Bertzloff picks up a fumbled puck in between the rings, but Adesanya is there to escape with it. From one end to the other, he'll shuffle it down right corner for Kugler. Now two men collide behind the cage. Sam Elkin was in there, and he collided with Peavy. No call comes out of that one. Clean hits all around. And finally, Sam Elkin will get to the puck, and he'll board it back down the ice for Lawson. Lawson comes out of his paint right corner to plod it up the wall, and eventually to the near glass for Adesanya. Adesanya slaps one over the head of Robideau, and now it's Jamin Swigert to the right half wall. Jamin Swigert able to provide a little bit of a punishment there for Zimros, who took the hit, but he'll immediately get back up to his feet. Now Frizz winds and fires from the midpoint, where Lawson takes it to the chest. So now 3 minutes to go here on this major power play for the Junior Blades. Huge second period for the Eels all around the board, as all three of their goals have came right here in the middle portion. Needless to say, things have really turned for the better. Now it's Frizz. Outer end right circle, slap shot, taken off the left leg of Halleck, who's a bit shaken up, but Kotler escapes. 2-on-1, and Kotler goes too high on his opportunity. Now another incomplete pass, and the Junior Blades are killing themselves on these miscommunications, as Zimros has to go all the way back in his own ice. And time just keeps ticking on the clock. Daniel Morita playing some defense against Kugler, but Kugler is victorious, rising it over for Halleck. Halleck has it turned back around behind the cage. With 3:37 to go in the second, 2:15 to go on this Florida Eels penalty kill. Now Kugler puts the brakes on at the half wall left wing side. His pass on the rink wide chance was interfered with by Morita. Morita dumps it, heads off on the bench, with Court and Voida getting out there. Frizz heading off as well. Now it's Halleck. Whiffs on the puck. Dill tried to strip it away, but to no avail. Now played up to the far point. Now a slapper by Pinkerton there. Junior Blades have been able to find all kinds of opportunities here, all kinds of shots, but not many of them at all have been able to get on. And that's the big problem here thus far. Dill rising it back down to Lawson as they continue to pump out the line changes. Tick is off, Samadolkin on. Samadolkin taken off his feet there by Jake Peavy. Peavy to his own right corner. Peavy riffs on another shot yet again. Gets it right back, however, as Voida not quick enough to compete with him. Voida all back behind the cage of Robideau. Robideau with one save. Rebounder coming at the blue paint, but it is folded all the way out the center for Zimros. 40 seconds to go on the Eels PK, and the Junior Blades are caught offside. Florida Eels, yet again, this is a must-win game for them. It's a tough crosstown opponent. And not to mention, they are in a tough battle for first place in the Florida Elite Division with the Tampa Bay Juniors. Juniors with 39 points in the standings. Eels just one game behind, so with this win tonight, they will tie the Juniors for number one in the Florida Elite. Florida Junior Blades are in third place with 12 points, and in fourth, it's DME with 10. And you can see such a big gap between second and third place, 37 and 12. So the Eels have a lot of leeway here, but they're not going to settle for second. They want to go for that top spot by the time they head into those playoffs mid-February. Now it's Kotler far glass with one shot on. Robideau kicks it away and eventually traded out for Thompson at center ice. Adesano toe drags Court at the blue line, and he'll head on in. Frozen up by Tomachko. Now another opportunity. Plopping on top of his Robideau. He's not able to hold on as time continues. Now it's Adesano firing at the high slot. And back to evened up 5-on-5 hockey we go. Eels survived a 5-minute major with no damage done. Now down to your final 47 seconds of period 2. Now a 2-on-1 for the Eels. Left circle for Sozio, but pushed it high and dry. Now right wing half wall. You have Swigert, Sozio, and Frizz getting in there, and they will all come up short. As jumping down to the opposing left circle is Wasserberg. Wasserberg has it wafted away. Now Sozio with yet another one-on-one shot. Couldn't even get that one on as Thompson was slowly but surely catching up to him from behind. Sozio just absolutely out of gas right now, as it's been a while since he's last been on the bench. 7 seconds left. Junior Blades looking for one last chance. It's Wasserberg to the left hand of Robideau. He'll get the whistle and he'll toss that one in dramatic fashion down to the left corner. Much better period here for the Eels. A lot to be proud of. Now they just need to drive this momentum into your third and final portion of this hockey game. Seems like the Eels just needed a little kick in the pants during that first intermission to realize what their goal is this evening at Hertz Arena. Left circle draw, tilted backwards by Bertzloff, and after 40 minutes, your score is 3-1. Florida Eels over the Florida Junior Blades. We have some physicality and some shoves traded between Merida and Thompson, but that will quickly subside with officials getting in the way. So all 3 goals scored by the Eels thus far came in a huge second period. We'll see what they can do in the third. Until then, we will step aside and come back live from Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. You are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. We return to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network for the third and final portion of play here in this elite contest. The Florida Eels lead over the Florida Junior Blades by a 3-1 score here at Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. For all your real estate needs, please contact Thomas Fennell Jr., MVP Realty Associates, 239-910-2869, or visit his website, TomSellsMoreSWFL.com. Opening faceoff will be won by the Junior Blades, and they will pound it to their own right wing circle as they skate from left to right across your computer screen in the third. From right to left will skate the Eels. Frizz holds it into attacking ice. Backhanded for Court at the blue line. Court laps it on in. Frizz able to lower hit on to Thompson there. As here come the Junior Blades quarterbacking yet another drive. It's Adesano. Frizz finesses it away. Down to the opposing right circle. Frizz pauses at the corner. Tosses it back up to the right point for Dill. Now Dill going around the cage. Dill once again with a shot. And shoulder save is produced by Lawson. Eels hold it in courtesy of Jamin Swigert. Puck pinned down to the left corner where the Junior Blades will free it up. Now it's Jamin Swigert anchoring it back down behind the cage for Court. Court give and go to Dill on the near end boards. Dill having to back up out to center due to pressure by Cutler, but he has Tomachko there for the give and go. Forwards it to Jamin Swigert yet again. Jamin Swigert with the deke, and he will chuck it just wide left of Lawson. Eels with it yet again at center. It's Pavel Tomachko going short for Sozio through the skates, and now it's Pinkerton lopping one on from the middle of the rink. It will be shrugged aside by Robideau and back down left corner. Sozio now with the one-touch pass through the wickets of Merida and eventually to Bertzloff. Bertzloff fires high off of the backboards and out to center. That one will go. Now it's touched off of the Eels benches. Down to center of the blue line for Merida. Merida on to Bertzloff. Bertzloff pops it up after a collision with Ewing. But puck has opened up for Sozio. Sozio around the boards. Down to the left corner. Sozio gets taken down. Bertzloff will do the same. But the Eels are doing a great job of holding it in the attacking end as we're just moments into the third. 17:43 to go in the third. 3-1. Eels lead over the Junior Blades. Now it's Daniel Marita having it tossed over his head. Trevor Voida will rescue it for the Eels. Smashed up for Marita. Marita handles the biscuit off of the left hand of the left circle. He'll take a 360 back up towards Bertzloff. And once again, pried loose, this time by Wassenberg. Wassenberg give and go right circle, had a man open, but Walker Smith wasn't able to do anything there. Now walked up the right dasher by Marita, and Marita's able to get it out of the danger zone for the Eels as he heads off of the ice and onto the benches. Sozio will do the same. Getting out there is Justice Sheltkin, who has 2 goals on the night thus far. Stewart coming to the ice as well. It's Justice Sheltkin lapping it for Bertzloff. Now a 2-on-1 for the Eels if they hurry. It's DeMeyer actually, but his chance is covered up. It was DeMeyer and Stewart charging in with a 2-on-1 down to the right circle. DeMeyer tried to take matters into his own hands with a wrist shot, but it goes Ari there. And Lawson almost had to leave his blue paint in order to create the stoppage. Left circle for Stewart. Stewart pressed up against the wall by Thompson. Kugler fans it out the center. And it turns out Frizz actually held it in from the right point by a matter of inches. Now it's Jake Peavy trying to flag it out to the middle of the rink. But he put too much power behind the rifle there, and as a result, the puck gets caught up in the safety netting. Face off to the near dasher. DeMeyer will win it. DeMeyer backs it up for Stewart. Froze up for a moment there. Slapping it back in. Offside was Frizz. And as a result, he'll have to give up the disc to the Junior Blades. Now it's Peavy. Peavy and Kugler trying to create a 2-on-1. Kugler's slap shot is punched away by Robideau. Now at the half wall left side for Mason DeMeyer. Strung through for Justice Sheltkin. Kept in by Kugler. And now it's Frizz shoveling it back up for Shelkin at the blue line. Mason DeMeyer will dump it down the rink, and he'll head off of the benches. 2-on-2 off for the Eels. Junior Blades, they stay with their same men for now. Meanwhile, it's Lucian Pavlovich trying to get the centering feed over to Justice Shelkin, who got taken down on his stomach by Adesano. Shelkin able to get back on his feet, and he'll clear it from the penalty box boards on the far dasher. Adam Bertzloff getting back out there alongside Alec Elenoff. Lucian Pavlovich, left circle for Caleb Carlisle, freed on up. Now it's Elenoff with yet another opportunity, but doesn't get too far with it. Zimros able to play some good defense. Now Zimros trying to go coast to coast, but he is stopped at the Eels blue line. Now 5 minutes into the final period of play. Junior Blades with some work to do as they are down by a pair. Eels now lead by 5 in the shots on goal department, 28-23. Now it's Jamin Swigert hustling it back on in, but to no avail. Junior Blades get it back out, courtesy of Kugler. Now it's Zimros trying to look for that offensive opportunity to the opposing left circle, but he gets jammed up against the boards by Pavel Demachko. Now a shot wide off to the left side there. Big chance by Walker. Once again, just couldn't get it on to Robideau. Jamin Swigert, plenty of ice time in this one. Swigert down to the right corner, lapped in front for Court, and Court lights the lamp. Court with the centering feed between the circles took an impressive wrist shot while Lawson was out of his form there. It goes top shelf, and the Eels are now up 4-1, 14:07 left in regulation. And this is what you like to see if you're an Eels fan, especially because Jake Court had a goal in the second period, which was eventually waved off due to a penalty. So he's able to get right back out there. And he scores a goal which will count. So that keeps the Florida Eels fans in attendance happy, as now it's Court back out there on the ice. To the left circle, he will go with Pinkerton, hacking the stick away at him. Now the Junior Blades are looking for a 2-on-1, but showing tremendous speed is Trevor Voida to nullify that. Now it's an opportunity left circle. Save made and a rebounder will not come around for TJ Halleck there at the half wall to the far glass. Now Junior Blades will regroup. They'll slow down the disc, and their own ice is Gerard will feed it up the gut to Walker. Walker gets taken off of it by Nick Tigges, and Tigges is only able to get it out the center where Pinkerton rifles it on in. Robideau catches in the chest. However, he will keep it alive to continue play. Now it's Court. Court up the near wall. Adesano jams him up, but Bertzloff comes in as a reinforcement. Now Bertzloff takes a violent hit behind the cage by Walker. Bertzloff will get right back at him as he's not happy. Now a penalty is called against Bertzloff for a slash. And Bertzloff is absolutely fired up, and now a penalty is actually called against Adesano as well. And you hear the fans in attendance. That's the Florida Eels premier team coming to support the Elite Eels, but there was a slash by Adesano after the whistle, and he got caught for it, and that was just undisciplined is what that was. Bertzloff was about to sit down, and that would have gave the Junior Blades a 5-on-4, but instead Adesano let his emotions get the best of him there, and he has to pay the price as a result, as it appears we'll have a 4-on-4. The thing is it may be a moment here to really discuss things as officials are surrounded around the scorers table. Yet again, 4-1 Eels lead, 12:48 left in the third. And they'll get this penalty trouble sorted out. Team captain Gage Dill is out there to get the explanation. We'll step aside for a quick break. Almost halfway through the third period, and you are tuned in to the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Back to action we go here, 12:47 to go in the third, where the Eels are up 4-1. Penalty up against the Junior Blades, and that takes us to 4-on-4. We recently had some penalty confusion as a tripping call is put up against Zimros. But what happened is the officials were originally going to go with a 5-on-4 in the favor of the Junior Blades, but then that slashing call just came in, and now we go to 4-on-4. So penalty trouble sorted out, but for the next minute 52 seconds we'll have evened up hockey, 4-on-4. Then after that, we'll have 8 seconds of a very short Eels man advantage. Dill to the opposing left circle, whips it up for Voida at the blue line, traded back down for Dill at the goal line. Now Tigges misplays it and back down the ice, that will go. Robideau tags it out to center for Merida. And now it's Dill. Dill with an opportunity. Far side circle. Stops at the corner. They tried to feed it out front for Merida, but a pair of defenders are able to get there beforehand. Now it's Zimros to the right circle. Zimros out to center. Guarding him up as Dill. Now it's Thompson getting the short location there. He'll go wide left on the attempt against Robideau. Now 2-on-2 to the left point, right in front of the Florida Eels benches. It's Thompson with the slap shot. Merida takes that right off the left skate, but he stays right back up on his feet. And he'll stay out there on the ice as well, as here's Trevor Voida. Voida getting roughed up against Peavy as he holds on to the puck. And his drive will end down at the left corner. Sozio back in his own ice, and the officials will finish the play. And it appears that the Eels have some line change confusion going on right now. And the officials took note of that. Too many men on the ice is the call, and Gage Dill will be yet another Florida Eel in the penalty box. So this will give the Junior Blades a power play. And just sloppy communication right there. Eels need to talk with each other, and they just weren't doing it right there in the heat of this 4-on-4 battle. And that additional penalty is just now being put up. So for the next 39 seconds, it'll be 4-on-4. And after that, we'll have a brief bout of 5-on-3 for the Junior Blades. At this point, a whole slew of penalties are being delivered out, and it can be a tad difficult to really keep track of it all. Now officials head back to the scorer's table once more. 11:24 to go in this game. Eels up 4-1. Well, the Eels came into this game on a little bit of momentum, as finally back to play will go. We'll tell you about some of that momentum as they enter tonight on the next stoppage of play. Now it's Garrett Ewens tagging it, right point, up the gut, slap shot taken wide right of Robideau. Now it's Halleck stopping it at the half wall left side. Wrist shot took an odd deflection as it caught the stick of Cutler out in front. And now it's Tigges shipping it down the remainder of the rink. So 4-on-4 is over. For the next 8 seconds, we'll have 5-on-3 for the Junior Blades. And now that's killed off, so 5-on-4 is the call right now for the next minute, 8 seconds in the favor of the Junior Blades. It's Garrett Ewens tapping it over to Halleck on the rink-wide feed out at center ice. Now Halleck left circle. Tomachko able to jump in the way of that laser beam, and yet again, Eels get it back down the ice to Cam Lawson, the Florida Junior Blades netminder. Nailed out to center for Gerard. Gerard gets bumped into by Tomachko there. And now it's DeMeyer railing it back down the ice as they will get the line change. Ewens will retrieve it. One touch pass to Gerard up on the near wall. And an icing is called against the Blades with 30 seconds to go on the Blades 5-on-4. Well, the Eels' last game, it was this previous Sunday, December 2nd, which was a 5-2 win over DME Academy at the Fort Myers Stadium. The Eels' goal scorers in that one were Daniel Merida, Anthony Sozio, Georgie Samadelkin, and Jake Court, who scored twice. And big news, Jake Court was recently named a Player of the Month, an Elite Forward of the Month to be exact, by the USPHL. And that's a huge deal. To be named Player of the Week, that's big news, but Player of the Month is massive. Now it's Tomachko around the net of Lawson. He will go. Merida will assist him as well. Those two have some difficulty, however, as the Junior Blades will get it back in their sight. Now it's Kugler with a chance. He has 3 Eels surrounding him. Gets to shot off in the middle of the blue line, however. Robideau covers for the save. And that Forward of the Month award came after Court's impressive performance in that series against DME, where the Fort Myers native scored 8 goals and 3 assists and a pair of games. Throughout the 9 games played by the Eels in November, Court racked up a massive total of 28 points. And the left circle, Junior Blades are victorious. Peavy had a golden opportunity, but it's immediately washed away by Pavlovich as we go back to 5-on-5 hockey. Now exactly 9 minutes to go here in the third. Eels 4, Junior Blades 1 here in this elite competition. Now rimmed around the boards from the left point by Jonah Berriger. Now right side of the blue line for Pavlovich. Slotted around by Berriger in the right circle. Berriger gets out skated there by Peavy, and Peavy will fly it back down the rink. Nick Tigas is right there, however, the quarterback yet another offensive drive. Now it's Shulkin with the toe drag. Shulkin trying to go for the hat trick, but no can do. Once again, too much muscle behind the wrist shot there, and he couldn't come up with it. Now it's Stewart backing up Shulkin. Shulkin sauces it on in around the end boards and up the far side wall. Elenov getting hit. Some of the Florida Eels fans winning a penalty out of that one, but they will not get their wish granted. Now spinning at the left point will be Michael Zimros, attacking ice for the Blades, but not for long. It's Elenov with a 2-on-2 leading the charge. Slap shot from the right circle, and Elenov lost his stick and the shuffle there. And an offside called against the Eels. And the player who has really shined as of late with the Junior Blades has been Eric Peavy, who leads the team with 26 goals and 38 points. The 20-year-old from Pinellas Park, Florida, is in his first season with the Junior Blades, and he previously competed with the Niagara Whalers of the Greater Metro Hockey League. We talked throughout the broadcast about the Junior Blades and some of their previous struggles. Yet again, they're currently on a 3-game losing streak. Most recent game was last Sunday, December 2nd, where they suffered a 3-2 loss against Tampa Bay. Now it's Gage Dill lacing it down to the right corner for Court. Cross feeder for Shulkin yet again in the crease, and he still couldn't find that third goal of the evening for him. And it's interesting because last month, right here at Hertz Arena, Justice Shulkin made his first goal in an Eels uniform, and here he is with 2 on the night against the Junior Blades. Now it's Stewart back in his own ice for the Florida Eels. Backs it for Bertzloff, and now Bertzloff comes charging with it. Across the opposing blue line to the left circle. He'll lose possession on his own there, and Gerard scoops up the fumbled puck. And he will tire it back down for Robideau. 47 seconds into a 5-on-4 here for the Junior Blades. And it's Robideau yet again. Robideau for Bertzloff. And now we see Jake Court get pounded back in his own ice with Zimros. Court none too happy about that. But now it's Bertzloff. Bertzloff to the left goal line, and it'll be tucked away by Lawson. Next game for the Eels will be this Sunday, December 9th, against the Tampa Bay Juniors. That has an 11 a.m. puck drop at the Fort Myers Stadium. Right now, 5:52 left in this game, 4-1. Eels lead over the Junior Blades. Meanwhile, the Blades, they'll be back in action on Saturday, December 8th against Tampa Bay Juniors. Puck drop scheduled for 5:15 p.m. at Florida Hospital Center Ice. Power play killed off for the Junior Blades. Back to 5-on-5 we go yet again. And excuse me, it was a power play for the Eels. I misread the scoreboard. But once again, that was a power play there for the Florida Eels and not a penalty kill as originally listed. Now it's Frizz back in his own right corner. Brought up top for DeMeyer at center ice, and he just lowered the boom into Zimros there, which evokes an emphatic reaction from the Eels Premier Team right here in the stands of Hertz Arena. Final 5 minutes officially here in this one. It's Nick Tigas placing it back down the ice, slotted back through to the middle of the rink for Elenoff. Now it's Elenoff shipping it to Carlisle, off to his right side. Now Pavlovich getting out there on the line change. Justice Shulkin about to head back on as well. Elenoff gets bodied up behind the cage. Now he'll get beat along the half wall left side. And he got taken off his feet by Zimros there. So Elenoff really taking a beating here. A defenseman on this Eels team. However, he's also a hybrid player as well, as he has experience at both the defenseman and forward positions. Now it's Peavy spinning it back around in front of the penalty box. Lapped on up the left ball. And now ironed over to Bertzloff. Bertzloff in front of the Junior Blades benches, puts the brakes on, and he'll halt it in through to Lawson behind the cage. Now Jake Peavy backpedals it up to the right point where Daniel Morita is standing. Kotler tried to clear it, but wasn't able to do it. By a matter of inches, the Eels forced it back in, and now it's Peavy with a potential breakaway, but too many reinforcements were able to get there. It was Morita and Bertzloff able to double team him down there on the near circle. Now it's Georgi Samodelkin getting a fresh breath of life here for the Florida Eels. Daniel Morita now across the opposing blue line. Lost possession with too much speed. Now worked up to Voida. Voida center of the blue line to the right circle. It's Jamin Swigert. Now prepared up for Samodelkin, who lost possession, and it goes out into the stands. Now down to the final 3 minutes of the hockey game, where the Eels look to hold on to their 3-goal advantage. Keep in mind, folks, that tomorrow we do have premier hockey action between the Florida Eels and the Florida Junior Blades. 6:30 p.m. here at the Hertz Arena in Estero, Florida. Catch that game right here on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. Once again, Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play. Thank you for making us a part of your Thursday evening here in Southwest Florida. Puck leveled out of play yet again off the tape of Jamin Swigert at the left corner, and that prompts another blow of the whistle. Face-off coming to the right side of Lawson. Court angles it down to the corner. Now worked over to Sozio in between the rings. Now Zimros. Able to shift things defense to offense in favor of the Junior Blades, but Sozio cruises back around. Shots on goal category really has been something. 33-29 in favor of the Eels, and the reason that's so significant is because it definitely has fluctuated throughout the course of this game. First period, Junior Blades were way out in front in the shots on goal. Eels came back in the second, took a massive lead in the shots on goal, and now Eels are just barely hanging on in that category. But the score that matters now is 4-1, as the Eels look to come away with yet another victory and a massive hit. Oh my goodness. Samodelkin just buried King into the boards on the near side. Samodelkin heading back to the benches, and it was so thunderous that it knocked open one of the doors. And now King just gave an obscene gesture to one of the Florida Eels' premier players. Oh boy. You can't make this stuff up, folks. King heading back to the Junior Blades bench. Well, anyways, King just got absolutely smashed into the boards there. And now Stewart just kicked it out to center. And this Eels premier team, they're just going nuts at anything and everything right now. Down to the final 100 seconds of hockey. Well, yet again, that hit came on one of the walls here at the Hertz Arena, which opened up and let players on and off the ice. So the door flew open. It's not every day that happens, but this game has been getting really physical here in the final moments. Now it's Zimros handling it, and the Junior Blades have a penalty coming up. Zimros getting heated. He's going after Ian Frizz as they exchange some words. Nick Tigas jumps in and escorts Frizz away back to the Eels bench. And the Junior Blades, not a night that they want to remember. They started the first period hot, controlling action all around. Second period, they self-destructed, with the Eels scoring 3 goals. And if anything, they actually scored 4 goals in that second, but one of them did get waved off. So 3 counted in the second, and another goal was scored in the third, courtesy of Jake Court. And he also scored on that goal, which was waved off. Now blow the whistle with 1 minute, 3 seconds to go. And from the looks of it, the Florida Eels come away with a much-needed win, which will tie them for first place in the USPHL Florida Elite Division. Eels still keeping the last-minute pressure up. Alex Quintal muscling it down for Pavel Tomachko down on the far goal line. This one put across the crease for Trevor Voida. Voida at the left point. Twisted for Lopez now in a turnover in the favor of the Blades. Now Lopez with an opportunity at the half wall to the far end. And pivoted back up left point for Lopez. Lopez careens it off to the left side. Now it's Thompson dangling it. And another blow of the whistle. This is a penalty against the Junior Blades. Anthony Mora, the guilty party, with a trip as the Florida Eels premier team now heads up on their feet. And it's interesting because right now the Florida Eels premier team, you hear them, they're chirping like crazy right now. And they have the attention of some of these Junior Blades out on the ice. Very intimate, private setting here at Hertz Arena, as Junior Blades will get one last clear. 10 seconds left. Tomachko holds it behind the cage. Flanks it down the rink. Played off the tape of DeMeyer, near side of the blue line. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your hockey game. At the end of regulation in this elite contest, your final score, the Florida Eels 4 and the Junior Blades 1. So yet again, Eels now extend their win-loss record overall to 18 wins, 6 losses, and 3 defeats in overtime. And yet again, they are tied for first in the division with the Tampa Bay Juniors, a total of 39 points apiece for these two teams now. Junior Blades now 6-20-0 on the season. So fans, keep in mind, tomorrow night, 6:15 p.m., it'll be the Florida Eels and the Florida Junior Blades here at Hertz Arena. You can catch that game right here on the Florida Eels Broadcast Network. But until then, this has been Nick Rush giving you the play-by-play, saying thank you so much for tuning in. And one more time, your final score, 4-1. The Florida Eels defeat the Florida Junior Blades. Fans, have a great rest of your Thursday night and a nice start to your weekend. Be safe.